What's happening? This is Cross here, bringing you, well, a guide for people that are needing to become better at raiding. Now, for those out there that have already whooped down Crota multiple times and Atheon multiple times, this does not apply to you. This is for those people that I've run into a number of times that have begged to go through Crota's hard mode raid because they can't find a group, or they're not good enough, or whatever reasons or excuses that they're trying to say. I believe everyone can get through this raid, can get through any of the raids, if they just follow some few steps, and it's just like any other game you ever played. I'm a big MMORPG fan, so going into fights, I always had to follow these different things. And so, number one, know the fight. You have to know the fight. Watch videos, look at guides, prepare as if you are actually the one raiding. So when you watch the fight, you gotta know exactly what's going on, see what they're doing. Now some guides, they're not as descriptive as others. Some guides, they just show gameplay. But even in those gameplay guides, you can tell a lot about what's going on, and watch the player that's actually taking the footage, because that is very likely that you will be doing exactly what he or she is doing. Number two, know your place and check your weapons. So when actually going into a fight and watching videos and looking at guides, know how you're going to fit into this raid. What is it exactly that you are going to be doing in this raid? So for Crota's End, for instance, when dealing with Crota, are you going to be the sword bearer? Are you going to be the one DPS in Crota? Are you going to be the one staggering boomers? Either or, check your weapons. If you do have a strong rocket launcher like Gjallahorn, or maybe even Truth, or Crota's Hunger, you can use those to DPS Crota. If not, know where your place is. Let the team know when going in immediately that you have a sniper, icebreaker, or black hammer for boomers. This will make sure that you are known to be a valuable asset amongst your raid members, and this will keep you in the raid. Number three, play conservative. I see many players in raids that are great players that I've played in, specifically in PvP, but a huge misconception here is that PvP players make bad PvE players. If you ever played in other games, if you ever noticed as those guys that are in PvP, they seem to veer away from the PvE content because it's just a different way of playing. PvP is all in. It's not about being conservative. It's about doing as much damage in a short amount of time and getting as many kills as possible. But in PvE situations, you have to be able to play conservative. Play back a little bit, live to fight another day, and so you don't always have to be the hero in this thing. You only have to survive. So always remember that in the raids, especially in hard mode. It's so important in hard mode because you can't revive your teammates. So being as conservative as possible is huge for both yourself and for your raid team, and those kind of things will last with whatever raid team you decide to stay with. And number four, which brings us to this point, find a strong core group. I see so many people trying to go into the raid after raid after raid with a bunch of randoms, and let me tell you, it is definitely possible to join randoms a bunch, but I also have a core group. The reason why I join randoms though is just because at times my core group is not on, and it's okay for me to join in with a bunch of randoms because I know exactly what I can do. I can carry myself and maybe half of another person, or another person in DPS or sword bearing or whatnot. But if you're new, you need to not join in with a bunch of randoms. You need to find a strong core group, and I suggest finding some people that have a great attitude and that is willing to learn with you. Those people that you get into core raid groups or get into random groups with, some of them have really bad attitudes. No one wants to raid with people like that, and it's very likely that you will not see them again after that point, simply because they're cocky, they're arrogant, and they think they know everything, and they're probably not going to be in the raid with you again simply because they think they are above you. So I suggest finding a clan or finding a group, and don't go out there and look for a clan that has a bunch of members. I think that's a huge mistake by a lot of people. They see a clan that's hot for this month or hot for this week on the Bungie site, and they think that's the clan that's going to get me through this, but it's not. Finding those group of people, those individuals, it's like micro management or whatever. You're going to find a group of people that are small, but they all know what they're doing and they have great attitudes. Here at Terrible Damage, which is the clan that I'm in, we have only 25 members. We had a chance, we had over 100 members. We actually kicked every single one of them, because we wanted it to get back down again, because the people that we had in there were only the people that we have actually raided with and tested. And if you try to join our group today, you will get a message from me or one of the admins that said, sorry, but we're not accepting members at this time. You can friend us on PSN and we will actually run through the raid with you. And if you prove that you can carry yourself through the raid, then of course you can join our group. I'm saying that you should probably join a group like that. That way you don't just join some group that's hot topic for that month or for that week and join in with a bunch of randoms that don't know what you're doing. You're just back in the same boat that you were in before. And number 5, the most important one of all, is never stop trying. Each week you should always keep striving to do the raid. At times I know it's easy to just give up, and especially it's frustrating when getting in with bad groups. Most of the times it's not the group that can't handle the raid, it's individuals that bail on that group. And so it's not you, it's just people that you get into the group with. I find that to be the biggest firewall right there for actually defeating Crota. So retune your skills each week. Find little things to do. I find running Vault of Glass just somehow, I don't know what it is, it just freshens you up. Killing Vex for a couple hours with all your alts and characters, and then running Crota, it just seems like it's just a good fresh, man. You've already played conservative throughout Vault of Glass, and I'm not saying that you should do that every time. I'm just saying that there's many ways you can retune your skills each week. Guys, I hope this helps you out. I hope this helps you in the raid coming up and in future raids as well. I definitely would like to point out point 1 again about knowing the fight and watching videos. Nothing was more aggravating, not just in this game but especially in other games, was going into a raid fight and having to sit there for 10 minutes explaining exactly what's going to happen step by step, just to know that that person's probably going to make a mistake simply because he or she does not know the raid. Alright everyone, that was Cross. I'll catch you all later. Y'all take care.